So I turned it down because, I mean, it just was a lot of stuff going on, and I just couldn't couldn't really fit it in. I'm at this point. I'm working now. I'm full load of classes. At this time, I'm dating ex boyfriend from high school who already graduated, but now he's taking college classes. So I'm trying to help him with his math class, and you know, it's college math. So I'm trying to help him with that so he can pass. And it was a lot of stuff going on. But I wanted to be a computer engineer, along with becoming a doctor. I don't know why I thought that was a smart idea, but at the time, I had talked to one of my high school professors, and they were like, "Nina, have you thought of like being a computer engineer?" And I'm like, "No, not really." But I was always, doing something on computer. So I looked at it. My other option was to go to Kettering out in Flint, and it ended up getting turned down because U of M Flint just seemed like the school for me, especially for pre med and trying to get into med school at the time. Of course, as years went by and as I, learned and started educating and asking questions and talking to people who were, had went through the process and how they went through it, I seen that, this was maybe a bad choice at, somewhere down the road. Maybe I should have went to computer engineering school instead and, made money and got the experience and help. But, I was trying to follow a dream, which of course, I still didn't accomplish it because I didn't go to med school. I actually gave up after taking the exam because I felt like I was just not smart enough. And I'm smart, but I guess I don't view myself as being a smart person. I view myself as doing research and trying to teach myself to understand and know information about different things. So I do a lot of reading on articles and all kind of stuff that's probably boring to other people, but to me it's like, I don't mind, reading up on it. Um, and so uh, years went on. I graduated high school, went to U of thought I was going to do computer science and biology. Absolutely did not happen. I did graduate with my biology degree. Actually, they classify it as human biology under the Bachelor's of Art because I changed my degree from a Bachelor's of Science to a Bachelor's of Art to try to be a little more easier on me. So it, kind of eliminated some classes that I just was like, I cannot, it's not gonna happen. Like, like no. Um, I still, however, was still taking those Bachelor's of Science courses under my Bachelor's of Arts. So I still was, trying to get all that I needed to be, competitive. Moving on, the computer science major got changed to a minor in computer information systems. So now I'm doing, web applications, C++, stuff like that. Stuff that, programming for me was a challenge. It would give me a headache like nobody's business. Like math is, gosh, math and programming were two of my least favorites, okay? And they deal with math. They deal with, a lot of, data entry and programming and figuring out how to put the code in correctly so it'll respond or give the right answer that you are looking for. Um, and math, well, the story problems got me the most. I could never understand the story problem because it would be so much information and then it would just seem like I would get overwhelmed with that. I can do basic math, stuff like that, but when it comes to like that complicated square roots and do this over here and Oh, and you gotta carry the X to that. Yeah, like I'm over it. I got through it because I had tutors, but that was just um then I struggled with the bio degree. I was taking classes at OCC. Got some of the other classes that I somehow did not get when I was supposed to be a freshman or a sophomore at the U of M. I did them at the community college. I knocked those out, got decent grades, transferred them back. So be it. Now, let's fast forward 10 years later when I am told that my classes are now expired. And now I have to pay out of pocket again. So not only do I have to pay out of pocket, now I got to figure out how I'm paying for these classes. So now I got to use credit cards once more. At the same time, I'm trying to get out of debt. I'm trying to do this and that. It's a lot of stuff happening at the same time. So I'm like, you know what? All right, fine. So I'm like, let me just bite the bullet, take these classes. At the time, my job, reimburse me for the 3 courses at least. But for whatever reason, moving forward, they were like, oh, we're not going to cover any more classes after this because you're not in the program and da 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 da. Okay, fine, no problem. So, I put myself through my master's program on my own. And I was like, here goes some more money added onto this lovely debt of mine. So I said, that's fine, whatever. I'm even asking questions like, well, do you see jobs coming that I might could, eventually transfer into the position once I receive my master's? It was an absolute hard no. So now I'm like, what am I doing? I get that I'm an HR assistant. I've been an HR assistant before. And the first time I was an HR assistant, it was horrific. Like I wanted to quit. That's how bad it was. The second time around being in HR, I'm like, yeah, it roll off my back now because, I know where I'm going, where I'm trying to be at. I know that every job that you do, if you have a goal or a dream, don't ever lose what you are trying to do. Keep tagging along until you get to where you need to be at. Um, and that's what I do. I tag along. I work hard. It'd be nice if I could work from home or if I had my own business, which I have my own business, but my business doesn't do good enough for me to be at home, if that makes sense. So, I started this business in 2014 in hopes that I was going to be able to get a couple clients to like make my life a little less stressful. That was not the case. So now, off of my business, even though it's down at the moment because they are remodeling our website, um, I haven't really been able to make sales like that. And most times when I make sales, it's me buying off of my own business. So if someone passes away or an event happens, if it's in my budget, I will try to send it to that person, family or, for their accomplishments, whatever, to try to make sales and to, kind of show what type of products I have. So I sell flowers, I sell gift baskets, we sell jewelry, all types of stuff through Labella Basket. I shared my personal story of, being a college student, struggling and trying to have some passive income to help along the way. That doesn't matter. Because I'm going to tell you, you try to, sell to your own kind. Sometimes they are supportive and then sometimes they like, oh, this is too high and too expensive. So then you don't get no sales. So now you got to find rich people or people that got money that wants to spend on investing in you. At the moment, I just didn't have the time because it was a lot of stuff going on. Trauma with being assaulted, trauma with that I gotta move out of the place that I thought was my home, the relationship that I had, I thought thought a lot of stuff, okay? And it didn't go how it was supposed to be planned. And that's okay. I'm cool with that, you know. Um, People outgrow each other sometimes. Sometimes people learn from you and they take what they learn from you and treat the next person way better than they treated you. Because they learn from their mistakes or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So it was a lot of stuff happening, a lot of things happening in life. Um, and so I was like, it's cool, whatever. I'll just start over, which I have on several occasions. So it ain't nothing new. So I started over. I did what I had to do. I came, back to reality, working even harder. Laid off a couple times. Got back up. Still was, making it do what it do. uh, and I can tell you more recently that I had 4 jobs going to school, pretty much full time. I was taking 2 classes, knocking them out. Okay, like knocking them out. Had study groups, everything. We was helping each other with whatever kind of assignment. If it was somebody was stuck on, we was on it. Okay. If we couldn't figure it out, somebody was gonna help us figure it out. It was tutor something. Um, so went through all of those phases just to say that don't ever give up on what it is that you want. If they reject you a million times, get back up and try it again. Tweak it, make it better, make it you, make it authentic. If they invite you to an interview, do your best. Matter of fact, don't even think of it as an interview. Think of it like it's a conversation. Like my first interview ever for PA school, the guy tells me, he's a doctor, mind you. He says, listen, I've been where you were. I was nervous. I didn't know what I was doing, nothing. And I think he was like, I realized that what I wanted to do was what I wanted to do. And because I knew why I wanted to do it, that just made me work even harder. And so, to be a doctor and tell me this and to encourage me to be like, just be yourself. This is not an interview. We're going to have a conversation. I'm going to just ask you a couple questions. And I want you to be as authentic as possible. Be as real with yourself as you can possibly be. I don't know anything about you. I don't know your background. I don't even know what your resume look like. So I can't be biased to say that I like you or not like you. All I can do is get to know you in this short amount of time. And so when he said that, guys, gals, when you go for a job, a school, anything, don't make it as an interview. Make it as the conversation, and this is who I am. If they like you, they will like you and call you back. If they don't like you, then you know what you need to work on, what you need to improve to make it better for you to be where you want to be. And put God first. Anything that you do, pray to Him, write to Him. I don't know. I know for me, I'm always writing. So I keep a journal where I'm, asking different things about what I need to do better, how to improve and, my attitude or how to talk to people, how to communicate better, um, you know, helping more in the society, volunteering if I need to do that, anything that I can possibly learn. I'm like, if it's for me, He'll open a door for me. He has, opened up plenty of doors. I can tell you this: the last situation I was in, rest his soul, he meant well, but his mind was so hurt and so broken and so all over the place. The not having trust, being insecure about himself, being insecure about the relationship and me. Just so many different things, factors that caused our relationship to just start tearing down. It also caused me to get stressed and me to feel like, what am I doing wrong? Every relationship I'm getting in is just like the same freaking thing. What is happening here? I try to help people out, and then it turns into a whole different scenario, a whole nother situation. I'm not trying to be in no situationships. I ain't trying to have no situations. I ain't trying to, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to have a decent relationship. I am trying to have less dysfunction in my life. And it's hard to say that because I've had dysfunction in my life all my life. So I don't know what not to be dysfunctional means. And then when I get around people that are not as dysfunctional as I am, now I'm scared of it. I am trying to run away from it because I'm like, what is this? I don't understand this. I don't understand how you are not, I don't know. Like, your thinking is way beyond my thinking, and I'm trying to figure it out as I go. I think I've done, decent. I have learned to set boundaries because we have to set boundaries for people in our lives or out of our lives. Sometimes we have to set boundaries for our families. Sometimes we have to set boundaries for friends. Sometimes we have to set boundaries for our own selves so that we can, you know, recalculate, revamp who we are as a person. You know what I'm saying? So I'm 37. I think it's a blessing to have made it this far. I I have pretty I'm pretty sure I have some regrets, and then I have some that it was learning and doing better. Um, do I wish that I could start all over and try that again? Absolutely. But I wouldn't trade it for the world because it taught me to be stronger. It taught me to be a young lady, a woman that's courageous, um, that's given, you know, that has faith in her God. The God that we serve is definitely a blessing to, be here, to breathe, to experience all the experiences. For my mom to see 70 years and to be able to give her a nice birthday party or birthday dinner, to, be able to provide some kind of service and help her with my stepdad, to be able to be here for my dad and help him when he needs to go places and do things, to just to be in presence of people and people that are doing well in their lives and that they're sharing their journeys and how they're making it through. That's a blessing in disguise. You don't know who you are going to meet. You don't know who your wife, husband will be. You don't know if you will become a mom, not be one, or become a mom and get scared and think that the world is going to look down on you. And so you make the ultimate decision that most, people make. We don't, people don't talk about it, but get an abortion or they adopt, because they want a better life for their child, or If at the time they're, freaked out and scared, then, they choose the other route of getting an abortion. But, being able to like overcome all of that and, still somehow get the opportunity, that's a blessing. Don't let nobody judge you for who you are. If you love the same sex, love who you love and don't allow other people to get in your business and tell you what you can do and can't do. If that's what you like doing, then do it. Don't let somebody judge you for that. If you experimenting or whatever it is, if you like it, cool. If you don't, you ain't got to do it no more. You tried it. It went for you. Move on. That's it. We too grown to be worried about what somebody else think of us. I wish I would have known that in my 20s or teens. But back then, I was just trying to figure out and live and learn who I was and learn what I wanted to tolerate and what I didn't want to tolerate. And, I've been cheated on. I have cheated. I've learned, it's not really a good feeling. I mean, you think that because the other person did it, now you think that getting revenge is gonna make you feel, better, but it doesn't. It's people that, get jealous and end up, they don't want you to be with nobody else. So now they do the worst thing in their life. They kill you over it. You know what I'm saying? If they don't kill themselves. Now you are trying to survive that trauma. You know what I'm saying? So it's so many different things that we go through as human beings. And we really have to be grateful and thankful that, we get through all of these challenges. Because no one said there was a book on life, on how life was supposed to be. Just like there's no book on being a parent. You do the best that you know how to, and you be the best that you can be. Nobody gives you a book on who you are as a person. You just hope and pray that you survive and you get through the challenging moments, the anxiety, the depression, stress, whatever. You just hope that, I can get through this. And you can. But you gotta be a fighter. You gotta be the fighter for yourself. You gotta be the cheerleader for yourself. You have to be the motivator for yourself. You have to be the person that wants to do better for themselves. And you have to do it with willpower, with integrity, with everything that you got. Because sometimes you don't know where that energy is coming from. You just know you got it. And you rocking with it, you doing it, you making it work, you making everything that you need happen for you. And if you put God, in it, you pray to him, you talk to him, however you do it. And even if it ain't God, whoever or whatever that you are praying to, whether it's the universe or whatever, do it because you want to see it happen for you. Don't do it for nobody else. Don't entertain nobody else. Do it for you. Until next time, just wanted to, kind of give you a brief synopsis of my life, to why, rejection is so hard for me, why life has been life, and for me, it might, and everybody's life is different. They life it how they life it. I life it how I life it. I still work. I'm down to 2 jobs, thank God. compared to 4 when I started my program in 22. You know, I really did not see that coming of me even being able to get into a master's program or go back to school for it. It had been something that I wanted to do, health informatics, but I just didn't have the money, the funds. I didn't have what I have now, and I'm just thankful that God allowed me to wait, and he allowed me to, you know, meet other people that was like, hey, did you know about this school? They do, you know, classes online. You can still do it. It's not going to tell other schools that you've done it online. But if that works with your work schedule, make it happen. If you got to take the classes online just so you can make it happen, go for it. I definitely will, you know, try to drop a couple links for some schools for classes if you need them. Try to drop them down in the comment box for y'all to check them out. Reasonable prices, not too expensive, something that is affordable. Or, you know, you got Affirm out here, Klarna, all these little virtual cards that you can get credit. It might not start you off high, but $500, you can find, you know, something that's less. Take a class. Sophia, I think, you know, do classes. And, you know, just finding anything to help you get through it. You know what I'm saying? Like, just, you know, whatever you're trying to do in your life, do it while you can do it. It's never too late to, you know, start your journey where you are. You meet other people where they are, at least meet yourself where you need to be at. You know what I'm saying? And if you want to be beyond where you are right now at this stage in life, then do that. Do it for you. If you don't have anybody rooting for you, at least do it for you. If you got kids, do it for them. Show them that you got the strength and the power to do what you are trying to do. Yeah, it's going to be hard. It's going to be challenging. It's going to be tiresome. Yeah, you're going to have to work a couple jobs. Yeah, you might have to, you know, kids might have to come to the library with you. Whatever you have to do, do it. And do it with grace. And give yourself grace. I'm always having to remind myself to give grace. Because I can be harsh on myself. I can be harsh because of the background and the raising that I came from. So definitely, I'm trying to be no dysfunctional in my life. I want functional. I want to be able to communicate and talk to people without getting frustrated because I feel like you don't understand who I am, what I represent, what I'm trying to say, what I mean when I stand on it. You know what I'm saying? So, if anything, be nice and kind to one another. Until next time, I will talk to you later and let you know what the next steps are in this journey. Because there's always a step to something. You're going to spend some money on something. You're going to be in debt on something. But I think in year 24, the goal is to be out of debt and be debt free and to be able to live. So until next time, I'll talk to you later. Ciao.